A pinch of black pepper was worth more than silver. Saffron cost more per ounce than diamonds. The Ottoman spice trade moved fortunes across impossible terrain, and the merchants who controlled it developed survival techniques so advanced that modern logistics companies study their methods. While your Amazon package gets lost in the city, Ottoman caravans delivered precious cargo across continents for centuries without losing a single shipment. Their secret wasn't luck, it was systematic mastery of survival that turned the world's most dangerous trade routes into profitable highways. What you're about to discover isn't just trading history. These are battle-tested survival methods that kept merchant expeditions alive for months, in conditions that would kill modern travelers in days. If you're fascinated by how people survived impossible journeys with nothing but knowledge and determination, hit that subscribe button, because we're diving deep into survival wisdom that built empires. When Ottoman spice caravans set up camp, they weren't just stopping for the night. They were constructing temporary cities designed to protect fortunes while providing complete survival infrastructure. Modern expedition planners study these systems because they achieved something our adventurers struggle with: total self-sufficiency in hostile territory. The foundation was circular defense formation, not random camping, but engineered security. Ottoman caravan masters positioned wagons in precise geometric patterns that created natural fortification while maximizing space utilization. Each merchant family occupied designated sectors with specific defensive responsibilities, creating instant communities with guards, craftsmen, and traders all working within an integrated system. Here's what made it genius. Every person knew multiple survival roles. Unlike modern specialists who panic outside their expertise, Ottoman traders were cross-trained as warriors, mechanics, doctors, and navigators simultaneously when sandstorms lasted days or bandits attacked. This versatility meant survival instead of disaster. The layout followed mathematical precision. Streets created wind channels that cooled camps while providing evacuation routes. Central workshops manufactured everything from harnesses to weapons using portable equipment. Water management rivaled Roman engineering. Caravans could locate groundwater, establish filtration systems, and supply hundreds of people for weeks, using techniques that modern hydrologists consider mysterious. The most impressive aspect was complete resource recycling. Nothing was wasted because everything had survival value. Animal waste became fuel, food scraps attracted game for hunting, and damaged equipment became building materials. They turned waste into wealth, while maintaining security that made camps nearly impregnable without appearing military. If you think that level of organization is impressive, wait until you see how they preserved food across thousands of miles without refrigeration. But first, smash that like button if you're enjoying this deep dive into survival wisdom that actually worked. While modern campers worry about cooler ice melting after 2 days, Ottoman merchants kept food fresh for months crossing 3 continents. They didn't have refrigeration, they had preservation science that worked in any climate using materials available anywhere. The foundation was systematic dehydration combined with antimicrobial protection. Ottoman merchants created pastirma, not just jerky, but scientifically preserved protein that improved with age. Vegetables became tershu, fermented pickles providing probiotics that prevented scurvy. Dairy transformed into aged cheeses that lasted longer than the animals that produced them. Water management was even more sophisticated. Merchants could locate water using atmospheric indicators and geological formations that seemed supernatural to outsiders. Clay storage vessels naturally filtered and purified water while preventing bacterial growth. Advanced techniques captured condensation and recycled gray water, allowing caravans to travel waterless regions for weeks. Navigation made European maritime techniques look primitive. Ottoman navigators determined precise locations using star positions and lunar cycles with no instruments beyond observation. But they didn't just navigate, they created dynamic route strategies that adapted to weather, politics, and bandit activity while maximizing trading opportunities. The genius was information networks providing real-time intelligence across vast distances. Merchants maintained communication systems delivering updates about route conditions and market opportunities faster than government communications. They predicted storms days in advance using natural indicators and could establish new trade routes where none existed. Your GPS stops working and you're lost in your neighborhood. These merchants navigated continents using stars, optimized routes for profit and safety, and turned geographic challenges into competitive advantages through superior knowledge and systematic preparation. Modern security fails when power goes out. Ottoman merchants protected fortunes from bandits and armies using defense techniques that worked without batteries or backup. They didn't avoid danger, they systematically neutralized threats while maintaining profitable relationships with everyone encountered. Defense was psychological warfare as much as physical protection. Caravans appeared wealthy enough to trade effectively while not attracting unwanted attention. Wagon placement created killing zones that channeled attackers into predetermined positions, while guards looked like ordinary traders. This disguised strength prevented most conflicts before they started. Diplomatic defense was often more effective than military force. Ottoman merchants understood local politics and economic relationships that could turn enemies into protectors or trading partners. They made themselves more valuable alive than dead by providing essential services and facilitating trade networks everyone depended on. Medical systems kept expeditions healthy during months of travel through regions where European explorers died from diseases. Ottoman traders considered minor inconveniences. They used preventive medicine, eliminating health problems before they developed, plus diagnostic techniques that identified conditions before symptoms became serious. Treatment used medicinal plant knowledge accumulated across centuries of trade routes. Mobile pharmacies included remedies for everything from infections to altitude sickness. Field surgery could handle traumatic injuries with high survival rates using sterilized tools and effective pain management. But here's the crazy part. They maintained all this while we can't handle a weekend camping trip without running to urgent care. If you're amazed by how they built global networks using human intelligence, definitely subscribe because we're just getting started. Your cell phone dies and you're isolated. Ottoman merchants maintained communication across thousands of miles using systems that worked regardless of technology or weather. They operated information networks, providing real-time intelligence about markets, route safety, and political developments across 3 continents. Systematic messenger networks rivaled modern postal systems in speed and reliability. Messages used codes and authentication, preventing interception while traveling faster than the expeditions they supported. Information processing transformed raw intelligence into actionable knowledge, identifying trends and recognizing opportunities that provided competitive advantage. Emergency communication could summon assistance and coordinate rescue operations. Local integration created networks extending beyond Ottoman activities to include governments and other traders, providing comprehensive situational awareness for navigating complex environments. Months in wilderness with the same people while carrying fortunes. Modern team retreats last weekends and people have meltdowns. Ottoman merchants maintained functional teams for months under conditions that would break modern professionals in days. Team selection evaluated psychological compatibility and stress tolerance. Structured development built trust and communication protocols. Conflict resolution addressed disputes before they became crises, while distributed leadership prevented expedition failure when key personnel were lost. Stress management used recreational activities and cultural practices maintaining mental health. Motivation systems kept teams focused on completion rather than immediate comfort. The result was expeditions functioning as highly effective units throughout journeys, testing every aspect of human endurance. They didn't just survive together, they thrived as coordinated teams accomplishing objectives requiring sustained cooperation under extreme conditions. Meanwhile, we argue about thermostat settings in climate-controlled offices. These Ottoman techniques aren't museum pieces, they're survival knowledge that works when modern systems fail, and those failures are becoming our new reality. Supply chain disruptions and infrastructure failures expose how dependent we've become on systems we don't control. Modern logistics companies study Ottoman methods because contemporary supply chains fail regularly, while Ottoman networks operated centuries without disruption. The difference wasn't technology, it was systematic thinking that anticipated problems and had solutions ready before crises developed. Personal preparedness focuses on stockpiling supplies that expire. Ottoman approaches developed capabilities that improve with practice and worked anywhere using available materials. They created systematic knowledge generating solutions to any challenge using intelligence and local resources. The techniques scale from individual survival to community resilience. Methods that kept expeditions alive can help families and communities maintain functionality when centralized systems fail. They turn dependent consumers into capable survivors who create what they need using what they have. Emergency preparedness becomes systematic capability development rather than accumulating supplies. Understanding preservation, navigation, communication, and defense provide skills working in any crisis rather than preparations that may not match actual conditions. Most importantly, these techniques restore confidence in human capability and reduce dependence on systems that fail. Ottoman merchants operated independently across hostile continents while we panic when deliveries are delayed. They developed competence while we've developed dependence. Ottoman spice merchants built the world's first global economy using survival techniques that worked regardless of politics, weather, or warfare. They connected continents using nothing but human knowledge and systematic preparation. Their legacy isn't just historical, it's practical wisdom for anyone wanting real independence. The spice routes lasted centuries because they were built on capability rather than technological dependency. When systems collapsed, merchants adapted. When conflicts disrupted regions, they found alternatives. They created anti-fragile networks that grew stronger under pressure. The merchants proved that prepared people can accomplish incredible objectives by combining skills into systematic capability exceeding individual achievement. They turned survival from desperate endurance into systematic prosperity through knowledge, cooperation, and intelligent planning. Most importantly, they demonstrated that human intelligence and preparation can overcome any obstacle, distance, danger, disasters. None stopped properly planned expeditions. They succeeded because survival isn't about luck or equipment, it's about knowledge and systematic application. Thanks for joining this deep dive into survival wisdom that built empires. If these techniques amazed you, smash that subscribe button and hit notifications because we've got more historical secrets that modern experts desperately need to rediscover. Drop a comment telling us which Ottoman technique you'd want to learn first: navigation, food preservation, or maybe how to make a fortune while barely surviving. Share this with someone who thinks they're prepared and humble them with real preparation knowledge. Because here's the truth: we're all one disruption away from needing these skills. The Ottomans knew it and prepared accordingly. The question is, will you?